Hannah, the mother of the prophet Samuel. Hannah suffered greatly because she could not have children. But she never lost her faith in God. She prayed fervently for a son, and God blessed her with Samuel, who became one of the greatest prophets of Israel. In the annals of faith, there are stories that touch our hearts and inspire our souls. Today, we delve into the remarkable tale of Hannah, a woman whose unwavering devotion to God would shape the destiny of a nation. Her journey, from despair to joy, from barrenness to motherhood, is a testament to the power of prayer and the faithfulness of our Lord. Picture, if you will, a time long ago in ancient Israel. The air is thick with the scent of olive groves and the distant bleating of sheep. In this land of promise, we find Hannah, a woman of grace and beauty, yet burdened with a sorrow that weighs heavily upon her heart. For years, she has longed to cradle a child in her arms, to hear the pitter-patter of tiny feet in her home. But alas, her womb remains empty, a source of deep anguish and societal shame. Yet, in the face of this trial, Hannah's faith does not waver. Each year, she journeys to the house of the Lord in Shiloh, her heart brimming with hope, and her lips moving in silent supplication. Can you imagine the strength it takes to continue believing, year after year, when the answer seems so far away? One fateful day, in the quiet sanctuary of the temple, Hannah pours out her soul before the Lord. Her prayer is so fervent, so raw with emotion, that the priest Eli mistakes her for a drunkard. But Hannah is intoxicated only with her desire for a child and her trust in God's mercy. She makes a vow, promising to dedicate her son to the Lord's service, if he would but grant her request. Friends, it is in these moments of complete surrender that God often moves most powerfully, and so it was for Hannah. The Lord hears her cry and remembers her. Months pass, and joy blossoms within her as new life grows in her womb. Can you feel the excitement, the anticipation building? Alas, the day arrives when Hannah gives birth to a son. She names him Samuel, which means God has heard. Oh, the wonder of holding this long-awaited child. Hannah's laughter must have echoed through the hills, a sound of pure delight and gratitude. But Hannah's story doesn't end with the fulfillment of her desire. True to her word, when Samuel is weaned, she brings him to the temple and presents him to Eli the priest. Imagine the mixture of emotions: the pride in her son, the pain of separation, and the profound sense of purpose in fulfilling her vow to God. As she leaves her young son in the temple, Hannah's heart overflows with praise. She lifts her voice in a song of thanksgiving that resounds through the ages. My heart rejoices in the Lord. In the Lord my horn is lifted high. My mouth boasts over my enemies, for I delight in your deliverance. Hannah's faithfulness is rewarded beyond measure. Not only does God bless her with more children, but Samuel grows to become one of the greatest prophets in Israel's history. Through him, kings are anointed, and the nation is guided back to the path of righteousness. Dear friends, what can we learn from Hannah's story? It teaches us that our God is a God who hears, who cares deeply about our heartaches and desires. It reminds us that persistent prayer, even in the face of seeming impossibility, can move mountains. And it shows us the power of dedicating our lives and our children to the service of the Lord. As we reflect on Hannah's journey, let us be encouraged in our own walks of faith. Whatever burden you may be carrying, whatever longing fills your heart, know that the same God who heard Hannah's cry is listening to you today. He sees your tears, He knows your struggles, and He is able to do immeasurably more than all we ask or imagine. Let Hannah's story inspire you to pour out your heart before the Lord, to trust in His timing, and to be ready to dedicate your blessings back to Him. For in the economy of God's kingdom, nothing is wasted, and every prayer is precious. May we, like Hannah, find the courage to keep believing, the strength to keep praying, and the faith to keep trusting in the goodness of our God. For He is faithful, and His love endures forever.